This is what I do it for. The Terence Crawford bulk up must be discussed further. Ego thoughts. Listen, in this video, I'm going to break it down. Ego thoughts, Terence Crawford. Now, a clip emerged of Terence Crawford power slapping his friend Steve Nelson. It looks like a fake clip. They're friends. Why would you try to lean your friend, sleep him? People are like, Terence Crawford knocked him out. Whatever. The thing is, Crawford is shirtless, pause. But I wasn't really concerned with the actual clip because it just looked like a parody, to be honest, right? It didn't look real. So Terence Crawford is shirtless in this clip, and I made a video about it. Check that video out. I'll try to put a card at the end of this video. Terence Crawford looks like he is bulking, right? It's so funny. I love my job. There are people in the comment sections who understood the video, people who didn't. So we back at it. My thing is this. For starters, you are not going to tell me, Ego, the king of boxing talk, what to talk about. I could talk about whatever I want. If you agree, that's on you. If you disagree, that's on you. I could care less. My day is not affected in the least by if people agree or don't agree with me, right? There were some comments that agreed. Obviously, I'm Boxing Ego, I'm him. And there were comments that were like, oh, Ego, you're hating on Terence Crawford. I'm making an observation. Take it or leave it. Don't really care either way, right? And I want that to be known. I don't care. Like, I'm going to keep making the same content. And it's so funny because usually the people who do the most complaining, they watch my channel daily, every video I drop, because they'll be saying, oh, you said this in the last video and this in the last video. Oh, and they're trying to put together some big Da Vinci Code. I'm here to make content, talk about boxing. Crawford bulking is stink. You hear me? It stinks. I don't like it. I don't care what you like. It's like Eminem said, I look at my life in a new light. Okay, give me 2 mics. I write songs for me. What you like. I write songs for me. What you like. I don't care. Let that be understood. Let the record show. I don't care. I'm giving you my assessment on my channel that with great fans, I worked to get to this position. Terence Crawford, it's funny because you also have people who try to school me. I've been to more fights in boxing gyms and know more fighters than you. I don't need your fake expertise. People are like, oh, of course he's gaining weight and then he has to cut. No, Sherlock, he got to hit a number on the scale. Of course he got to weigh whatever and then cut down to make the weight. But my thing is this. When it comes to Crawford, you guys can say whatever you want. He's a talented fighter, great skill. I am not a fan of weight class jumping. People keep making this about Crawford. I don't care who you are. I've never been a fan of rapid multi-division weight class jumping in boxing. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. I've done this over 13 years. You can't find evidence, one single shred of evidence where I've advocated for that. So Kell Brook, when he moved up with Triple G, hated it. When Amir Khan moved up to a catch weight of Canelo weight, baby, to fight Canelo. I literally have a video, 7 reasons why Amir Khan should not fight Canelo. The videos are still up. You can do your own research, etc. Right? I'm not a fan of this. You're not going to make me a fan of something I'm not a fan of. It's like, I know my sister, she don't like lima beans, right? So you can put bacon with them. You can put salt and pepper. She doesn't like them, right? I'm not a fan of this. This fight is lima beans. I actually don't have a problem with lima beans, but my sister does. So we'll use that for the example, right? You're not going to make me like something that I don't prefer or don't care for. So you could say whatever comment, oh, you hate Crawford and you hate Canelo and hater. Enjoy. Say that until your face is blue, because at the end of the day, it's not going to change anything. I understand Crawford has to do whatever he feels he has to do to give himself the best fighting chance, which means bulking up. The point of the last video where I talked about it, Crawford does not look natural in the higher weights, period. It reminded like Jose Cito Lopez. When he gained weight, yeah, he gained weight, but that doesn't make you a full-fledged 154 pounder. That's why after the Jose Cito Lopez fight, right? After the Jose Cito Lopez fight, he went back down because he knew he had no bid. He got a great paycheck versus Canelo at the time, an opportunity, just like Crawford and Canelo. And he knew that at the end of the day, he didn't belong his butt up there. I think evidence of this is also Terence Crawford not doing any tune-ups, not fighting a guy like Resendez or something to ready himself for a Canelo fight. He's just doing in one motion, let's see if I could beat Canelo. Let's see if he real and if I have what it takes. I'm not really a fan of fights like that. You know, best of luck to both fighters. May the best man win. But for me, it's just the weight disparity. I don't care. Some people are like, oh, he's just as big. All right. He's just as big because they're looking at height. But I mean, if that's the case, you got guys who, like, let's say Kelvin Davis, Keyshawn's brother. He's extremely tall. So you could put him with a 154 pounder and maybe he doesn't look undersized. But it's different when you're getting punched on by someone at 154 when you're coming from 140, right? And the funny thing is, I understand why people rate Crawford highly. I truly do, because I rate him, right? But the thing is, in most of these situations, if another fight were to happen in this same vein, people wouldn't even like get behind it, right? But like, let's say if Keyshawn Davis, talented fighter, moved up to fight Jaron Boots Ennis, people would be like, it's a suicide mission. They'd be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know what I mean? And to further prove my greatness and consistency on the matter, Teofimo versus Jaron Ennis was a recent conversation. I told you then, I don't really care about the fight. I don't like Teo's chances versus Jaron Boots Ennis. So while the Bud Buddies, they keep trying to make it about Terence Crawford particularly, it's just, I'm not a big fan of weight class jumping without acclimating to the division. Sure, maybe you could pull it off. Maybe you can, you know, on a given night, put everything together. But I feel like in majority of these instances, right, more often than not, it usually doesn't work out for the smaller person. Meaning, if I listed 10 fights, majority of them did not work out for the smaller person. People keep bringing up, oh, Roberto Duran. Oh, but Manny Pacquiao. I want to, I believe, right? These are exceptions to a rule. Like, I'm not saying it's not doable, but how frequently does it happen? Again, out of 10 times for those, and those are legends too. Duran, Pacquiao, these are legends of the sport. And I'm not saying Crawford's not a legend, but these are, you're using an exception and trying to make it like it's the rule. Not a fan. Church.